Hey guys, it's 21 Maxwell here, and welcome to episode 84 of the TNA TW series. You join us in the third week of February 2016, and we're just 2 weeks away from the No Surrender pay-per-view. So I've got this show, next week's go-home show, and then the pay-per-view event itself. I've changed the match timings, so now it goes, I think it's 5 minutes. I'll just quickly check that again. 5 minutes for your minor matches, 7 minutes for a medium match. Your main event matches are down to 11 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes with the new product. But you know, we need to finish the 1 hour and a half, and I really don't think it's looking likely that we're going to get to, you know, national before it's time to renew television deals. So the plan is we'll go through this show and we'll see how that affects storylines and whatnot. After it, I went on a wee release spree, and then I'll bring up all the people we get ready, let you know who's gone and who's went where. Anyway, this is the new show. We're booking it from, I think it's the Maverick Centre, which is in the West Valleys, I think, in the Southwest region. Just try to get the Southwest and the, what's the other one? Southwest, sorry, to have the effect on Northwest and Midwest. It's those two we're focusing on to get to national. We'll get there eventually, trust me guys. Let's say, here comes the show. We have just 2 pre-show matches. I just done 2 6-man tags to try and get a lot of people working with different people, and hopefully the more technical wrestlers will get the other people involved. And then a 14 segment show, which, considering we're 90 minutes, is not bad. Here we go. So first match, in the match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. AR Fox, Mr. Anderson and Brian Cage defeated Rhino and the Wolves in 10-18 when AR Fox defeated Rhino by pinfall with a Kryptonite Crunch. 72B-, which is good for a dark match. Sold out attendance as well. Rhino's improving 2 skills, so is Mr. Anderson. The only thing is, those are the 2 aging guys that I wasn't hoping to push. But no, that's pretty decent. I'm happy with that. There's quite a few negatives there, but no, that's decent. Hopefully I'll get AR Fox some momentum and push him forward. And then a 6-man knockout match. And about the featured solid in-ring action, but not much in the way of heat. Mia Yim, Evilise Velez and Taryn Terrell defeat Allysin Kay, Amazing Kong and Vida Scott in 10-21. Where Mia Yim defeated Amazing Kong by pinfall with a kiss of the dragon. Not sure why she went over Amazing Kong there, but Kong was off her game. A 55C- isn't bad for knockouts. Amazing Kong's improving her rumble skills. Vida Scott improving her flying skills. I think we're happy with that. And just the usual negatives. Pretty decent. Now time for the actual show. So we start off, Kurt Angle is in the ring, and straight away he books a match even between Ricochet and CM Punk. Starting off with a 76B-. Because he's in the ring, he also ends up booking a match for later on tonight between Melissa, Beth Phoenix, Celeste Bonin, Christina Von Erre, in a Fatal 4-Way Knockouts #1 contendership match to face Mia Yim at No Surrender. And that gets a 54C-, so it does its job. Not great, but that's the kind of thing you would do if you were GM. Excuse me. Next up, and about the featured great action in average heat, Adam Cole defeats Rhett Titus in 6:58 by pinfall with the Florida Key, a 73B-. Rhett Titus was off his game. Adam Cole could freshen up his character, so we'll look into that. But Rhett Titus is improving his flying skills. Adam Cole's improving his rumble skills, and this will get some more momentum towards Adam Cole, so that's good with that. Usual negatives there, just to steal character, but we shall look at it. Hawkins is backstage with Steve Austin. He asks to be given a chance to wrestle Austin Aries in a singles match for the title. Steve Austin accepts the request, so the rematch is going to happen. 76B-, and those two will face off at the No Surrender pay-per-view. That's fine. And then the Fatal 4-Way match, in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Melissa defeated Beth, Celeste Bonin and Christina Von Erre in 9:42 when Melissa defeated Celeste Bonin by pinfall with an air raid crash. I got a 59C, not bad for 4 knockouts in TNA. Celeste Bonin's improving her performance skills, just the usual negative, so I'm happy with that, and that establishes it's going to be Mia Yim versus Melissa at the pay-per-view. And next up, the cameras remain focused on the ring, where Mia Yim and Melissa engage in a tension-filled stare-down. Neither give ground. I haven't done it as a storyline because I'm unsure if it's going to be long-term. So we'll see how they mesh at the pay-per-view. If it goes well, good result, we'll probably like to continue the feud on. So it's really hard with knockouts to determine who is really the #1 knockouts to face each other. Next up, the announcers put over that we'll be seeing Drew Galloway making an appearance. It will be next week. It's just really hype vignettes to get Drew over. That's a 49D+. And the match had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Morrison defeats Bully Ray in 6:46 while using the pinfall, by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. A 70C+ to get Morrison over to help the Hollywood Supernovas be over. That continues that storyline. No other extra factors. Next up, Bully Ray and Devon are on a talk show with the debuting Jason Paul. Jason Paul, along with his silent bodyguard Shad Gaspard, sarcastically welcomes this week's guest to the show, which is obviously Team 3D. After grilling them with some heated questions, Jason Paul ends the interview by flat out insulting them. So we're bringing in Crime Time. Let's just give us another tag team. Jason Paul was on cheap wages, we already had Shad, so it made sense to keep him happy. So that's going to be a heel tag team. 56C-. Jason Paul debuts his Gangster Gimmick, which is an initial 86 rating. It looked dreadful, but we'll build him up, he's only 30. And that continues the New York Hollywood storyline as well, but that's decent. And Jason Paul was learning to improve at acting, learning to show more charisma, and developing a better performance skill, so that's all good for him. He could hopefully be a good asset down the line. Next up, Matt Hardy is backstage talking to EC3 about his upcoming match. That should be Matt Striker. Easy mistake to make, the amount of times in Mother Save I've made AJ Lee talk instead of AJ Styles. So it happens, but 59C, it was just really to give EC3 some talk time basically, some mic time. And our semi-main event, and about to feature great action and average heat, Hawkins, Chris Hero and EC3 defeat Austin Aries, Samoa Joe and Jacob Goodnight in 11:08, when EC3 defeated Jacob Goodnight by pinfall with a headlock driver. 3 storylines continue, which is exactly what I wanted from this segment, 3 different feuds. A solid 79B rated match. Samoa Joe is improving technical and performance skills, and Austin Aries is improving his performance skills. So overall, a very good show. Saw a lot of negatives, but that can be expected there with the declining physical ability of both Chris Hero and Jacob Goodnight. Next up, CM Punk is having an interview with Matt Striker, goes off on a rant about how much he hates Adam Cole. He's trying to tell Adam Cole to stay away from the main event match. I should probably do these promos as just CM Punk, but I'm trying to make it a wee bit realistic, and it would be backstage probably with an announcer, so that's why Matt Striker is there and looks terrible. But it continues the storyline. An 81B, Matt Striker is developing better performance skills, so hopefully eventually he will be a better backstage interviewer. So here's your main event match. Delivered the last time, not so much this time, but still decent. Got a 91 the last time they fought, so an 83, B+, and about to feature great action and a good crowd. CM Punk defeats Ricochet, and 10:42 by pinfall with GTS. It's worked before, so opted for it again. CM Punk's improving flying and performance skills. It gets him over. Hopefully gets Ricochet some pop because he's in the main event match. And that gets an 83B, and they close the show. Following the conclusion of the match, Adam Cole receives a sledgehammer from underneath the ring and blindsides CM Punk with it, with a vicious blow to the abdomen. With his target double over, Adam Cole winds back and clocks CM Punk in the head with the weapon, busting him wide open. Builds more heat, gets Adam Cole over again, an 86B+. CM Punk looked good, and the storyline continues. No worker improvements, just a negative for being short, and the stale character will work on them. And that means overall, 82B, exactly what we're looking for, and the show increased their popularity in 16 regions. That's exactly what we want. That's why Ricochet was in the main event, to draw a good rating, and hopefully being up in 16 places. Would that hopefully be both places in the West to get that up? We can only find out. But I say we'll go here, we'll see what our rating was, and we'll let you see who's been future endeavoured. Unfortunately not by Big Johnny, but I thought that would have been future endeavoured anyway. Let's get to the stage in the Dragon Gate. It's gone to a different new level. Getting all the guys that we want to get, and unfortunately, just because we aren't big enough to steal other people, I'm really paying for all the mistakes I made at the start, if I'm honest. Going, changing the product and putting us down to a cult, and all the other wee companies have went ahead of us. So we've got a lot of making up to do, but hey, it adds an extra challenge to the series, doesn't it? Impact Wrestling really struck gold with the show, 12,600 sellout. Rebby Sky has her contract terminated, or expired, so we've let her go. Nothing else really happening there. Let's check the mail. Rebby Sky is gone. We could be losing Austin Aries to Dragon Gate. I'll actually quickly look at that contract and see what he's saying. Your offer is currently not being seriously considered. shit. He's already in 8k a month. The fact that he'd be up to 21k. 21 grand. We'll put him up to 25 and we'll see how that. Not Dixie's only willing to go to 25.03, so we could lose him. So if we lose him, we know whose fault it is. Miss Dixie Carter. A better offer from our company. I don't know what we can add. We can add then. Never loading up our mid card. Everything except house shows. But I think we're going to lose them. Put a no compete clause in. We're really struggling here. I think I've lost him. Cheers, Dixie. I think the only thing I can maybe do is add the contract to maybe 2 years. Nah, I think he's gone. We'll just accept we've lost him then. That happens. If he drops the title, we'll do something. Eddie Edwards has suffered a torn latissimus dorsi. Okay, how long's he out for? He's out for 2 months and 3 weeks. Oh, that's great. So the Wolves are not going to push anytime soon. And the impact rating was a 9.00. So a couple of bits of bad news there. We're going to lose Austin Aries. Dixie Carter restricting us, but again, that makes it a challenge, you know. That's what's fun about the series. It's going to be a challenge. It's not easy. And we'll just have to deal with losing Austin Aries and push another star. But it's good. It makes it fun. Check the size. Nothing really changing there, even though we get the 16 pop-up. And if I quickly go to the news archive, company, let's look for TNA. As you'll see here, I'll just quickly go through these. We signed Jason Paul. Mickey James is gone because their contract expired. Jason Hervey's gone. Charlie Haas is gone. Doug Williams. Yoshitatsu. We released Noam Dar, Tommy Taylor, Holly Blossom. Casey Spinelli, Jessica James, Lizzie Valentine, Bacardi, and Alexa Thatcher. Just people we have to get rid of. Velvet Skies went to development, and so is Vivian Thompson, aka Alicia Fox. They're all in development. Just felt we have to try and trim the roster down a little bit, keep morale high. Obviously, a few folk are still unhappy, but you know we'll get them something. Or, you know they'll be released. But we expect to lose money here. Hopefully, it's the start of sorting this company properly out. As I say, we're 2 weeks away now. I'll say one more impact before we get to No Surrender, and hopefully we'll have a proper card rundown on the next video. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you get any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell, and I'll speak to you all real soon. Bye bye.